thumbs down, chair yoga for everyone. I'm Carol. I'm glad you've joined us today. Today is class number 11 of our 30 class chair yoga series. We're going to start seated. We'll move into standing for triangle pose, and then we'll move back into seated. If you like the experience, please click the subscribe button. It is free, and leave a comment. Let's get started. So we're going to start by sitting up tall in our chair. We're going to move forward and not lean back. Take both of your feet and we're going to ground them to the earth. So feel like they're on the floor and equally weighted. Then we're going to ground our sits bones. So we sit up high on those pointy bones on our pelvis, lift up high, and feel like they're equally weighted. Close your eyes, connect to your heart center. Lift your heart, pull your shoulders down out of the ears. Flip the palms up to the ceiling and breathe. Connecting to the breath. Feeling your natural inhalation and exhalation. And then we're going to move that breath down into the diaphragm. As we inhale, the belly will extend. We're filling our lungs from the bottom up. And as we exhale, we're going to pull our belly button into the spine, pushing the air up and out of the lungs. Let's do that a few times. And breathe normally. We're going to continue with that diaphragmatic breath. We're going to inhale to 4 counts and exhale to 5 counts. It'll be something like this. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your intentions for today's practice. One more breath here. Bring your hands back down to your thighs. Open your eyes. Let's drop our right ear down towards our right shoulder. And we're going to drop our chin towards our chest. And let's drop our left ear towards our left shoulder. And chin to chest. Now go ahead and look to the front of the room. Let's look to the right. And come center and look to the left. Come center, shrug your shoulders. And let them fall. Let's do that again. Shrug those shoulders up. Shoulders into ears. Let them fall. One more time. Shrug them up. Let them fall. Nod one more time. Nod yes. Maybe you take that head a little bit higher so the chin lifts up a little bit. And then down. We're going to lift up. And down. All right, let's look, and then we're going to turn our head to the right and center and turn our head to the left and center. And we're going to shrug those shoulders up into the ears and let them fall. Do that again. Shrug them up and let them fall. One more time. Shrug them up and let them fall. All right, very good. So we're going to take our hands and you're going to have your palms facing up, okay? Now, you're going to try to keep the palms facing up and open. We're going to bring our fingers in towards one another, and then we're going to bring our fingers in towards our body, And then we're going to bring them out. Try to keep those palms up to the ceiling. Around and up. Oh my goodness, right? Let's do that the other way. So we're going to come down. So fingertips are towards one another first. Then we're going to bring them down and around. Try to keep the palms facing up. And in we go. And then we're going to reverse it. Just a little rotation for those shoulders, right? And the arms, and we're going to reverse that one more time. It's not easy keeping the palms facing up, right? And release. All right, very good. So we're going to move into staff pose. So this is a pose that when you see somebody doing it, you're like, yeah, whatever, there's not much to it. But there really is. There's way more to it than you think. So what I want you to do is take your thumbs and we're going to place it right under our arms, okay? Then I want you to lift up. So the crown of the head is lifting up towards the ceiling. The belly is super tight, okay? So don't lose this lift. We're going to release our hands. Don't lose the lift. Tent your fingers and bring the tented fingers back to the seat of the chair behind your hips. But don't lose that lift. Don't lose that lift. One more breath. Now release it. So if you didn't feel yourself kind of high, then maybe you weren't extending the spine as long as you could have. Let's give it one more try, right? Hands right under the arms. We're going to lift. Think about crown of the head to the ceiling. Think about pulling your belly in. If you want to use your abdominals here, that spine is just as long as it will go. Okay, are we ready? We're going to let go, but don't lose the extension. Tent your fingers. Place the tented fingers on the chair behind your seat. One more breath and release. All right, staff pose. Excellent work. We're going to move into a Warrior 2 series, and we're going to have a couple of add-ons this time. So we're going to start with our right knee opening nice and wide, okay? So this is going to be the first leg position. And really what we're going to be doing with their add-ons is we're going to be changing our leg position. But for right now, we're going to start here, and we're going to bring our arms up to those Warrior 2 arms. So if you remember from previous classes, we want to keep those arms as parallel to the mat as we can. We want to keep the shoulders down out of the ears. Crown of the head lifts towards the ceiling. Belly is tight. Let's look over those right fingers. We're going to flip the right palm to the ceiling. We're going to lift that hand up and we're going to bring that other hand down to the chair, right? Extend up, extend up, extend up. Now cross the midline of the body. We're reversing our warrior and we're going to come back to our Warrior 2. Okay. Now, we're going to take the fleshy part of this arm and we're going to flip that palm up and we're going to put the fleshy part of the arm on the fleshy part of the leg and we're going to extend that other arm out. Okay? So the hand that's in the air, let's everybody place that one on our waist. Lift your heart a little bit more. So we really don't want to be letting ourselves sink down. Use your abdominals here. Lift yourself up and you can extend that arm if you want to. You don't have to. Let's press back to that Warrior 2. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in the arms. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Bring the hands down. Bring that leg in. And take just a moment. Okay, let's do the other side before we add on. So here we go. Left knee opens, right? We're going to rotate towards the front of the room and bring those arms up into those Warrior 2 arms. Okay, let's look over that left fingers. Flip that left palm to the ceiling. Ready to reverse our warrior? We're going to bring that hand up. I'm going to follow my hand with my gaze. If that feels okay for you, follow it. Lengthening up, try to touch the ceiling with those fingers, and then you're going to come past the midline of the body. We're going to come back to our Warrior 2, and we're going to squeeze the muscles against the bones in the arms. Squeeze and release, and bring that leg in. Okay. So that is an excellent version, and if you want to stick with that version, I'll just stick with it. Now, if you want a little bit more, what we're going to do is we're going to deepen the stretch of the legs, okay? So I'm going to take this knee, my right knee, and I'm going to heel toe it out a couple of times. It's not that 90 degrees like we've been doing. I'm going to move a little bit further forward on my chair, and then I'm going to extend that left leg out. So just hang out here for a moment and see how that feels. So you might be getting a little cramping right up here. One thing you can do is bend this knee, and that'll take some of that tension off of that side. So if you want to do that, go for it. Let's bring those arms up. We're going to look over these fingers, the right fingertips, okay? Here's a beautiful warrior two. Are we ready? We're going to flip that palm to the ceiling, and we're going to reverse our warrior up and back. Okay, now we're going to come back to warrior two. Fleshy part of arm on the fleshy part of that right leg, right? So here's our side angle. Now, we're going to deepen our side angle pose. So the hand that's in the air, I want you to bring it down to where your fingertips are kind of pointing towards your heel. Then we're going to bring that arm out at a 90 degrees, and then we're going to bring it up and over our head. How does that feel? Pretty good stretch, isn't it? One more breath here. Now we're going to push through that front foot, and we're going to come back to that warrior two. That's a little bit of strength building there. Flip that front palm up. Reverse that warrior. Come back to warrior two. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in the arms. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Release. Oh, and let's bring those legs in. How did that feel? I love it. Okay, let's do the other side. So we're going to take that left leg and we're going to heel toe it out. Right? So we've got that hip, knee, ankle in alignment, and we're going to extend that right leg out. I adjust a little bit on my chair, right? So whatever that means for you, go for it. Remember, if this is a little too much on that upper leg, you're going to bend the knee a little bit. Let's come into those warrior two arms. Look over the left fingertips. Ready? Squeeze. Flip that left palm to the ceiling. We're going to reverse that warrior up and back. I'm following my hands with my gaze, and we're going to come back to that warrior two. Side angle pose. Fleshy part of that left arm, rest on the fleshy part of that left leg. Don't let that heart sink, right? Keep the heart lifted. Use your abdominals here. Now, the hand that's in the air, we're going to bring it down so that my fingertips are pointing towards my heel. Bring the arm across and then up. Extended side angle pose. We have one more breath. And we're going to press it up. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in those arms. One more breath. Release that and come center. Okay. How you feeling? Can you do one more with one more deeper stretch for the legs? So you've got two options, and if you want to do one more, what we're going to do now is we're going to put the seat of the chair between our legs. This leg is going to still be at that 90 degrees. This leg's going to extend out. Only if it works. You've got to do what works for your body, right? It's all fine. Be up on the side of that foot. Bring those arms out. Look over those right fingertips. Okay, are we ready to reverse? Here we go. Flip the right palm to the ceiling. Up it goes. It's trying to touch the ceiling. We're going to come past the middle point for reversing that warrior. I'm looking up at my hand. If that feels okay, go for it. Back to that warrior two. Side angle pose. We know. Are we ready? Let's go ahead and extend that side angle. Bring that arm down. Bring it across and up. Don't let your heart sink. One more breath. Push through that front heel. Back to that warrior two. One more breath. Bring your hands down to the chair. Release. And we're going to go straight to the other side. Here we go. So this leg is at that diagonal. My right leg is extended. I'm up on the side of that foot. Feeling okay? You got it? All right. GoHPO arms. Warrior two arms. Look over those left fingertips. Make sure your shoulders are down. Your ribs need to be right in the center of the body. Let's flip that palm up. Up, 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 up. Up we go. Come past the midline of the body. Back to warrior two and side angle pose. Hand comes down, across the body and up for that extended side angle. Don't let that heart sink. Are we ready? Press back into that warrior two. One more breath and release. All right. That was very, very well done. Very well done. Okay, we're going to come to standing on the right side of our chair. Now, this is a little bit of a heart opener. We're going to do some eagle arms here, but our feet are going to stay on the mat, okay? So we're not going to do eagle pose where our feet come up. The feet are going to stay. So we're going to want those feet to be about hip distance apart, okay? Interlace your fingers behind your back and push your knuckles down and away. So we're just breathing here as we're opening up that chest. So it's just a chest opening, pushing those knuckles down, take a deep breath in and out. Let's do that one more time. Breathe and out. We're going to bring our arms out, open wide. Now, I want you to press those arms back towards the wall behind you, opening up. One more breath here. Now, we're going to cross our right arm on top, and we're going to give ourselves a big old hug. Good. Let's lift those elbows up towards the ceiling. And center. And then we're going to bring those elbows down. So use that breath here. Be aware of the breath. Up we go. Let's open our arms. And let's cross the other arm on top. Give yourself a hug. Lift on that inhale. Exhale, down we go. Really concentrate on the breath here. Inhale, center. Exhale, bring those arms down. Okay, we're going to do that again. So grab those knuckles, press them down towards the mat behind you. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Looking up slightly if it feels okay for you. Feeling that openness in the chest. Bring the arms out to the side. Press the backs of the hands towards the wall behind you. We're going to cross that left arm on top, and we're going to give ourselves a big old hug. And we're going to lift up. Follow your gaze. If that feels okay, your gaze comes up too. That's your inhale. And exhale, down we go. Inhale, up we go. And exhale, down we go. Now our final little add-on here is we're going to release the hands up to the ceiling, and we're going to come up onto our tippy toes for just a little bit of balance work for 3, 2, 1, and down weak. How did you do on that balance part, right? Yeah, so I kind of threw that in there at the end, didn't I? I know. All right, let's turn and face our chair, okay? This is going to be our standing triangle pose. So the leg that's next to the back of the chair, we're going to take that foot and we're going to set it under our chair. So what I want you to do is bend your knee, and I want you to be able to touch the chair, either with your knee or your shin, whatever. Okay? Now, the bottom part of the other leg is going to step back, and that heel is down, and that leg is at that, or that foot is at that 45-degree angle, okay? Let's bring our hips around. I don't know, I've got a problem with body parts today. Bring the hips around. Bend your front knee. Bring your hands to heart. We're going to extend our arms to the ceiling. Pull your belly in, lengthen through that tailbone. Now, you're going to rotate around to face me. And there we are in a warrior two, standing warrior two. Okay. So from here, we're going to straighten our front leg. We're going to upper body only. The upper body only is going to come over the chair. So you'll notice how my hip is beginning to hike up. Upper body only over the chair. Upper body only over the chair. It just won't go any further. Then we're going to place that hand in the seat of the chair and we're going to lift the upper body. So we want to have shoulder, wrist, wrist, shoulder, shoulder, wrist in alignment. Okay, are we ready? Bend that knee. Press back up into your warrior two and release. Okay, very good. Let's do the other side. Triangle pose. So we're going to put the other foot under, so when you bend that knee, it touches, right? Take a step back. That back heel is down, okay? That foot is at that 45-degree angle. Bring your hips around to face your chair, bend your front knee. Pull the belly in as tight as you can, okay? Lengthen through your tailbone. So we naturally, we kind of sit like this, right? So we've got a pretty arched back, but I want you to try to minimize the arch in that back. Let's bring our hands to heart. Inhale here, exhale, extend the arms up to the ceiling. There's our warrior one. Okay, now we're going to rotate to warrior two facing me, okay? Bend your front knee, hips are facing forward, arms are out to the side. Okay, now we're going to straighten our front leg. Upper body only is going to come over your chair. Upper body only is going to come over that chair. Upper body only is going to come over that chair. It just simply is not going to go any further. Then you're going to put that hand in the chair and you're going to open up. So for me personally, I feel a lot of stretch on that inner thigh of that extended leg. Do y'all feel that? I also feel some stretch in my waist, right at the ribs, and I feel my abdominals and my side waist working. So there's a lot of good stuff going on in this pose. Feel it, right? Okay, let's bend that front knee. Let's press up into that warrior two. One more breath and release. All right, very, very good. So we're going to do next is a plank series to a downward facing dog. Now I'm going to turn my chair a little bit so you can see me a little bit better. And what I really want you to do is, first of all, make sure that that chair is on carpet or a sticky mat, because I really don't want the chair slipping out from under you. But at the same time, I want you to think about pressing down and not out, okay? But I do want that chair to be stable, so I prefer for it to be on something, a carpet or a sticky mat, like a yoga mat. You're going to stand behind your chair, okay? And your hands are going to be on the back of the chair. You notice how I'm just kind of taking a couple of steps back. Let's take a couple more back. And what you're going to do is you're going to bend your elbows into the side waist and you're going to come into a plank pose. Okay, so coming up, if that's a little bit much on your shoulders, so what I don't want you doing is this, right? This is not a plank. You've got to really try to keep the back flat and bring your weight forward and lower and lift, okay? And let's do that again, lower and lift. And we're going to do that one more time. This is a chaturanga, high to low push-up. Ready? Now we're going to move into our down dog. Our heels are going to come down to the mat. Our upper body is going to fall between our arms. We're looking down at the mat. We've got a pretty good stretch happening in the back and the back side of the legs. One more breath here. Go ahead and come up and step forward and take just a moment. How did that feel? I'd like to do that again. I know it's a bit on the shoulders and it can even be a bit on the wrist. So if it's too much, so I'm going to do it again. I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to bring my weight forward, right? And this is the press. This is what I'm looking for. Now, if that's like, yeah, I'm just not going to be able to do that, what I want you to do is don't do this, because that's not giving us any of the work that we're looking for in this particular series. Let's take a foot forward. All right, so that's going to give you some support. Now you're going to be able to keep that back flat, and you're going to be able to do the same movement. But you've got a little bit of support with that front foot. Does that make sense? Are you joining me? Or are you watching me? Join me. Let's do it. Okay, if you want to do the full shebang, we're going to take that front foot back. Are we ready? We're going to elbow bend and press up. Elbow bend and press up. Can we do one more? Elbow bend, press up. Now everybody back into downward facing dog. Heels are going to come down towards the mat. Heart is going to fall between those arms. One more breath. Lift up and come forward. How'd you do on that one? I know, right? There's some challenging work on that. Good work. So let's go ahead and come back into our seated position. And we're going to move into a pyramid pose. So we just kind of work those hamstrings quite a bit. So let's give them a little bit more stretch. So we're going to extend the right leg out to the ceiling. Now, extend your arms up towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, we're going to try to touch the wall in front of us. And we're going to bring those arms down to that leg. And then we're going to come back up into a seated position. And we're going to extend our arms up. So you can always keep the elbows bent, right? You're going to do the same thing, but you're just going to have the elbows bent, absolutely fine. And then we're going to come all the way down. And let's come up to seating. We're going to do it one more time. Extend up. Inhale here. Exhale as you come out. Try to touch the wall in front of you, extending through that spine. Bring those hands down to that ankle. And we're going to bend that knee and put that foot on the floor. And we're going to move to the other side. So the left leg extends, toes to the ceiling. Lengthen your arms up. Inhale. Exhale. Remember, out we go. If you want to bend the elbows, go for it. And then we're going to bring those hands down to that ankle. We're going to come up into a seated position, and we're going to extend our arms up. Inhale here. Exhale, out we go. And down to that ankle. And up we go. Let's do an inhale here. Exhale, out we go. We got this. Down we go. And up and release. Very, very well. Okay, let's move back into our Savasana pose. Hands are going to rest lightly on the thighs. Flip the palms up to the ceiling. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And a full breath out. New beauty. Listen to what life tells you. Act on it. Open yourself to truth, no matter how painful or demanding. Stick with that truth. Feel your own desires, your own fears, your potential for joy, your ability. Feel the love you have for all you care about. Be thankful for all you've been through, for all you have, for all that's possible. Express that gratitude by making use of it, by pointing it in a positive and beneficial direction. Watch as the sun appears over the horizon. Stand in amazement as the opportunity contained in just a single day. Then do something about it. Do something with it. Create the new beauty that is waiting for you to bring it to life. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up with the right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that left hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach your hands up behind the head. Give that head just a little tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with the left hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that right hand down towards the floor. Release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say, Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. I really appreciate it. We have made it to the end of class number 11. Please keep showing up. Click that subscribe button. Leave me a comment, and I'll see you next time.